Through my interactions with various customers that their portfolios are bleeding. Pain is bigger at a portfolio level and it's difficult to catch the falling knife. It's difficult to know when the bottom is. So downside is just about 5-7% from here, and upside, if we look at it, is close to about 12 to 15%. So risk reward is now favorable.
The big review report. Why don't you tell us something about it and why should it be a must read?
We are looking forward that big review gives a greater perspective in this uncertainty and volatile times to our stakeholders.
Hello everyone and welcome to the big review. Today I have with me Mr. Dhiraj Relli, MD and CEO of HDFC Securities. Thank you for coming, sir.
Pleasure is all mine.
So sir, I want to straight away jump into a question that everyone's asking everybody on search engines, on AI tools. With this new normal of global uncertainty, how should one, approach the Indian markets?
Yep, you are right that we have seen VUCA world playing out, volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity, particularly attributed to the West Asia war. We really have no idea when this war will end. There are efforts going on to have an early end to this war, but it's difficult to make out at this juncture. And this will have its own repercussions on all markets and more so in India as well. In last 18 months, in any case, we've seen down cycle in Indian market. Indian markets were facing a lot of valuation related issues, and mid cap, small cap, and even some of the large caps were also overvalued. On top of it, now we are going through this war that has created more uncertainty around the markets. It's very difficult for customers to go through these times, and I know through my interactions with various customers that their portfolios are bleeding. Though headline indices may be showing us some pain, but the pain is bigger at a portfolio level, at customers level. In fact, customers have stopped talking about their investments and portfolios in the social forums also. Yeah. Now, coming back to the what they can do, I think staggered investing works well in these kind of scenario. It's difficult to catch the falling knife. It's difficult to know when the bottom is. At this juncture, we are at about 5 to 7% away from the rock bottom valuation levels we've seen during the COVID times, 15 and a half kind of a price earning multiples. We are at 17 and a half kind of multiples at this stage. So downside is just about 5-7% from here. And upside, if we look at it, is close to about 12 to 15%. So risk reward is now favorable. But timing is one thing which is very difficult to do. So hence, customers should start investing some money in a staggered form. They can also do the optimization of their portfolios, move away from the substandard stocks to the quality stocks. Mm-hmm. One can also look at wherever there is valuations are more favorable, they can start accumulating at in a staggered fashions.
All right. Thanks for that. It's, I think, beautifully summarized. Now, let's discuss the task at hand, the big review report. Why don't you tell us something about it and why should it be a must read in investors' book list?
As you know that we are going through the difficult macro environment. So through the big review, what we are looking forward to decode for our stakeholders, the macro environment. We want to also talk about the where are the institutions are sitting, what kind of cash they are sitting, what strategies they are adopting at this stage in different mutual fund schemes, portfolio management services, and so on. We are also looking forward to deep dive into the investor behavior at this stage and what kind of stocks they can accumulate. So we're really going to be decoding, deciphering for our stakeholders what they should do at this stage, and there cannot be a better time than this to talk about the macro environment, sectors, stock specific, and also the behavioral attributes of the investors. Yes. So that's why this big review.
Now coming to the new investors, we had a lot of investors entering the market in FY24, 25. What they have seen in the market so far is only negative sentiments. They've not seen anything positive. They've not yet completed a market cycle. So any message of hope, any advice for them?
You're right that the last 18 to 24 months have been down cycle in the capital markets in India per se, whereas globally some of the markets have done really well, but in Indian markets we've seen more pain and largely attributed to the valuations and outflows, relentless selling by the foreign portfolio investors. So to that extent, it's easier, it's natural for investors to have a skepticism about the capital market.
Yeah.
But if we go back to the COVID time, we've also seen the investors who have invested post-COVID have seen only markets doing well and moving
correct,
up only.
correct.
So in last 5 years, we've seen two different cycles altogether. My take is that investors should look at their risk appetite, their return expectations, and if they have a time in hand with them for 3 to 5 years, I think it's good time to get into the markets when markets are going through this kind of macro uncertainty, whereas the valuations have now comforted with current corrections in last 18 or 24 months.
Yeah, I think one lesson from history is that whenever we hit a bottom, there's always a bounce back, and we're all just hoping for that as well.
It's not always a bounce back, but the bounce back is given, and particularly risk reward is favorable. See, you have to look at from the point of view that are risk reward favorable or unfavorable. At this stage, risk reward is favorable, and that's where it is good for investors to muster courage and start investing. I understand that I'm not recommending customers to go all in. That's where they have to be very selective and selectively pick up the quality stocks. It has become more stock pickers market than ever. In fact, in last 18 months also it was largely a stock picker market, but it was very difficult to pick the counters to invest in. Because of this correction due to the macro environment, stock picking has become easy. The universe where one can invest is easily decodable.
Okay. And is there anything that will bring the FIIs back? What do you think in terms of other markets being more favorable to them at this stage? What should India do to get them back?
Two things. One, the treasury yields are still higher in US, almost 4.5%. So that risk reward wise become a good to go investment place for them. And also the AI trade. See, AI trade is one thing where they are seeing a significant momentum, and they have invested a lot, and that's not only just in US markets but in some of other markets as well, like Korea and Taiwan and so on. So to that extent, when we see unwinding of AI trade, that's where they'll start looking at the allocation to the other emerging markets, and with the valuations being more reasonable in India now, I think if unwinding of AI trade will happen, that's when they start looking to invest in India. Last but not the least is also we've seen significant depreciation in rupee also. Rupee is now currently is 93 plus to the dollar. My take is that the downside on the rupee depreciation from here on is limited. That may also give some comfort to the foreign portfolio investors. Yeah.
All right. Now, let's talk about SIPs, right? We've seen a significant growth in SIPs over the last few years. Now we are at a tipping point where a lot of investors are either pausing their SIPs or, reducing their SIPs. How crucial is that for us?
See, the SIPs flows have been a steady flows, and that has been providing a steady support to the market in the times when FPIs were relentlessly selling in Indian markets. So to that extent, it is an important stability in flows. It's a litmus test for the markets and to see that how SIPs flows will play out. My take is that we are heading for some kind of slowdown in the SIPs. We may see some numbers may come down 5-10% from current 31,000 crore. We may see some corrections, but the flows will continue. Having said that, once we see the light at the end of the tunnel on the war side and uncertainty will ease out, that's when we can see a significant increase in the SIPs also. By far, SIPs have been the best route for Indian retail investors to participate in the market. They have understood this well. I
Yeah.
think short-term volatility on SIP flows may be there, but in long term, we believe that this will become a great vehicle for Indian retail investors to continue to look at the participation in the capital market through this route.
All right. We've also seen a record number of IPOs coming in our market. Is that a true sign of strength, or are we excessively optimistic?
I think we've given exit to a lot of MNC investors, private equity investors. To that extent, primary markets have run really well in India, and they have given exit to the investors. And also, a lot of new age companies are able to get listed, and now retail investors, HNIs have also easier access to the some of the new age companies. Earlier, it was only privately available.
Yeah.
So to that extent, I think primary markets have widened the investor base and widened the participation in the capital markets. It's natural to have some kind of a slowdown in the primary market also when you have a macro event playing out. So to that extent, some postponement, some valuation related concerns may come in the primary market as well as we are seeing in the secondary market. But if war is going to end soon, this will be a only temporary phenomena and not going to be a long-term shock. So my take is that primary market will come back with the vengeance, and we'll have many more IPOs and large IPOs coming in soon.
Correct. Now, this brings me to one last question that I have. To everybody watching, we spoke about global uncertainty, how you should approach the market. If somebody had to take one takeaway from this entire discussion, what should it be?
As an investor, you should focus on what is in your circle of influence. Macro environment, West Asia war, or in what will be the price of oil and its cascading impact on inflation and interest rates is something beyond investors' control. You can't do anything about it. In fact, you can, use or leverage this as an opportunity to see where the value is, and wherever we find quality counters available at a value, that's where one should navigate their money. It's time to balance their asset allocation, maybe from a fixed instrument to move into the equities, which is available at a reasonable valuation. So that's something one should do.
All right. For everybody watching, if you have any more questions for Dhiraj sir or any of our senior leadership, send it to us in our comments. I would like to thank you for joining me and wishing you all the best for the year to come.
Yeah, we are looking forward that big review gives a greater perspective in this uncertainty and volatile times to our stakeholders. Do read about it. Do give us feedback on the same. Thank you.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.